2025. 2025. 2025. Do a little sound test there. Holy Jesus. I gotta print the thing out. Hi. I gotta, oh. That's why I'm getting feedback, because I got the stupid thing on. There. Yeah, alright. Stupid. I'm dying. I know I've been recording this whole time. That's okay. I have to take care of some stuff. Alright, here we go.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I got him!
So don't get cocky.
This is about what's going to happen.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, how does 25 cents a day make you $10,000 at the end of the year? And did you fall for the fake firework scam? And a man gets a DUI on his son's Christmas present, and the bug spray killer is caught. All this and much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive for the next 60 minutes or so. We'll get you up to date on social news stories and viral things you might have missed over the last 7 days, or we'll be talking about it here shortly. So let's dive in the show. What people have been talking about right now is the Christmas cake death. Yes, this weird story about a woman who made a Christmas cake, or a cake for Christmas. I don't know if it's called a Christmas cake, but she made a cake for Christmas, and 3 of her family members died. So what happened? Well, let's get into this to start us off here on the show. A wealthy husband of a woman being investigated after an arsenic-laced Christmas cake she baked killed 3 of her family members, died after eating a banana, his family says. Paulo des Años, 66, passed away September, with his death being put down as food poisoning. Now, authorities in Brazil want to exhume the husband's body after his wife Zelly made a poisonous Christmas cake for the family party on December 23rd that left 3 of her family members dead as well. Paulo's cousin, Marcos dos Años, is that Marcos 2 years, I guess, has told this article that they believe Paulo died after eating a contaminated banana. Paulo and Zelly lived in Canonos, Canonos, before their house was devastated by floods in May, which left almost 200 people when the rivers burst their banks after days of heavy rain. At the time, the army units were brought in to remove hundreds of large barrels containing chemicals that swept through Canonos. I'm going to call it Canonos. After their house became flooded, the couple moved to their second home by the sea about 100 miles away in Arroio de Sal. Can we just come up with basic names, people? Before they left, Marcus had dug up a banana tree from their back garden and replanted it in their new home. Now, the story gets even weirder because, speaking exclusively to this about this article, Marcus, 72, said Paulo and Zelly lived in Canonos until their home became flooded in May. When the floods came in, they moved all their belongings to the new house over there by the sea, including the banana tree they took with them, and replanted it in the garden. Then earlier September, Paulo and Zelly were both taken to the hospital after eating the bananas. I was told it was from the bananas in the tree, she said. Then we heard that Paulo had died, but Zelly got better and was discharged out of the hospital. Now, he said that they got food poisoning from the banana because they thought that the arsenic that was floating around in the water stream and stuff has got into the bananas and created a toxic banana. So several months later, Zelly goes out and makes herself, Christmas time, everyone, does a funeral and everything. And now she's made, what is all this other stuff? This was not here before. So now, let's see, go back here. So now she's made this cake, and it sent a bunch of her family members to the hospital, in which 3 people had died. Now, they're saying that she could have used the bananas from this tree. I don't know if she intentionally killed it. So that's what's been going on right now, but I've got an update on this crazy Christmas cake story. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video over on YouTube as well. And you can see this in real time. Just search Deacon Live podcast. And I'm going to switch over to camera 4 so we can see this. We can all be friends. So here's some new updates on the death of the Christmas cake poisoning that killed this lady's 3 family members. She lost her husband to a toxic banana from the flooded waters. They moved, and then, her and her husband got sick. So he passed away, and then Christmas time, she makes a cake. I don't know if it had bananas in it. Maybe she, pulled a couple more bananas from that tree. So let's find out exactly what the update is. So here we go.
Christmas cake poisoning that killed 3 family members as police reveals a power cut might actually be to blame.
A power cut. She lost power in this house.
61-year-old Zélie dos Anjos prepared a traditional Brazilian festive treat for her family in the days before Christmas. After eating the cake, 6 family members, including Anjos herself and a 10-year-old child, were hospitalized with food poisoning. Tragically, 2 of Anjos' sisters and her niece all died shortly afterwards.
Jesus!
Now, detectives have revealed that a power cut could have led to bacteria-ridden food being used as a cake topping. Anjos reportedly hadn't visited her beach resort house for some time. When she returned, she found her fridge filled with spoiled food.
Yeah, that's good.
Police suspect that currants and other crystallized fruits, which may have been left in the fridge for weeks, were used in the cake, leading to the fatal poisoning.
Now, all right, go back to me now. So either she is an absolute moron and goes, no, they're good. The fruit is good. It's got a little, it's got little winter jackets on, little fuzzy winter jackets. I'll just make them up. It's good. It'll burn off in the oven. That type of deal. And she makes a cake, and 6 family members, including a 10-year-old child and her, Zélie, went to get, Aunt Zélie, I don't feel, don't eat the cake. And then she ended up killing, or not killing, like intentionally, but 3 family members just couldn't deal with the bad fruit that's in there and ended up dying. Can you imagine that? Where are we going for Thanksgiving this year? Aunt Zélie's house. No! She's not going to have much family left if she keeps this up. But Jesus Christ, lady. Well, she didn't know the power went off in her house because she hasn't been there for months, but yet, even if I have fruit in the house with power on, if I've got fruit and stuff that's been in the refrigerator for a couple weeks, I'm looking at it going, ugh, it's a little slimy for me. Now she thought it was good. And, the bananas, and we have food in the other refrigerator at our other home. How long's it been there? 4 months. Oh, really? During the whole power outage and the floods and stuff? Yeah, but it's good. It's all sealed up. Yeah, I'll make a cake. Jesus, gross. All right, guys, when we come back, this woman who had Alzheimer and her husband had to keep an eye on her at all given times. And it's that one time he turned around, he lost her, and fortunately for Google Maps, they found her. And what happened after that, we'll dive into it because it gets crazier. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. It gets so crazy. She drives me crazy. Ooh, ooh, like no one else. Drives me crazy, and I can't help myself. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you, and the way you can be part of the show, your voice can be right here in the studio alongside of mine. The way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. At the top of the page says leave a message. Hold on. Dismiss. Leave a message for us. Comes right to our inbox. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town we like to call Marshville. So get your message in, and we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your opinions on all the stories and stuff. If you have a comment, if you have a question, if you just want to say, hey, Happy New Year. We are in 2025. This is actually New Year's Day. So if you made it all the way to now, happy 2025, but we're going to go over things that just happened over the last couple days or so that you might have missed while you're out partying and stuff. Like this gentleman right here, this piece of shit. Charles Smith is a 27... I'm going to switch to camera 4 so you can get a good look at this guy. Charles Smith is a 27-year-old Arizona man who labels himself the social media villain, was arrested after allegedly spraying bedbug killer on groceries at Walmart in Mesa. Smith filmed the incident and posted to police about his prank videos. And let's go back to me now. The incident occurred around 8:30 p.m. on December 19th involving a can of Hot Shot Ultra Bed Bug and Flea Killer when he sprayed it on several perishable items, as reported by the New York Post. He could have sprayed the fruit over at Zelly's place on her cake. Maybe she used that fruit and it killed the family. No, it's no relation, but still. The now deleted video, influencer Smith, known as Wolfie Coletti on TikTok, filmed himself wearing a black hoodie and a pink bandana while spraying bed bug killer on various groceries at the Walmart near Phoenix. The items targeted including bananas, squash, potatoes, lemons, green apples, and Roma tomatoes. Police allege Smith, who describes himself as an online troll, went to the store specifically to film pranks for his channel, where he has over 300,000 followers. He told police he earns anywhere from, listen to this, he earns anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 per month for his provocative video pranks that he does. I think social media has gotten people doing crazy things out here, Walmart shopper says. It's unfortunate that someone would have to mess up their whole life potentially for something to do for social media views. Smith voluntarily turned himself in to the police on December 21st. He faces felony charge of introducing poison along with a misdemeanor charge of criminal damage, endangerment, and theft. A Walmart spokesperson confirmed that the impacted products were removed and affected areas were cleaned. It's unclear if any customers were harmed in the contamination of items. The incident underscores the potential dangers of reckless actions designed as social media pranks, the police department says. Now, not for nothing. I mean, there's a reason why someone says, make sure you wash your apples, make sure you wash your vegetables, make sure you do. And you were told at the time it's because of like chemicals and pesticides and all that stuff. Have I done it? No, I've never done it. Maybe I'll take a look at an apple. If it's a little hazy, I'll wipe it off, but I'm not sitting there boiling it or anything like that. But now this guy's gone around and he's sprayed on bananas, on lemons, green apples. I don't know why green apples, maybe because it was just in the row, in the line. And he's spraying bug killer. Could someone not see him at the store? Is he doing it so nonchalantly? Like if you walk behind him, you know what bug spray smells like, and you're like, "Hey, what the fuck is that? What is that guy doing over there? Hey, Fruit Loop with the pink bandana on. What are you doing? Oh, me? Trying to make $6,000 a month. By doing what? You'll see." Sure enough, he got arrested. Well, he turned himself in, so good for him. But it was because no one died, no one got sick, no one got reported, not that they know of, but just I don't want to say audacity because that just sounds, so high and mighty, but just the fucking mental situation you've got to be in to think that's a good idea. Fucking moron. That's just a fucking moron. Now, someone who's not a moron, good segue there. A woman vanishes without a trace. Then Google Maps captures the chilling truth 2 years later. This story right here is a very sad story, so get your handkerchiefs out. The mysterious disappearance of an elderly woman who vanished without a trace after her husband turned his back just for a few moments was solved years later thanks to Google Maps. Marcel Tarrant was the sole carer for his 83-year-old wife, Paulette, who suffered from Alzheimer's disease. Podcaster Mr. Ballin explained in a recent video that it was his full-time job for Marcel to take care of her. For Marcel to take care of Paulette. Paulette needed help remembering to eat or to take her medication on time. Sometimes she would go off wandering without telling Marcel, and then he would have to go and corral her and bring her back home. On November 2nd, 2020, Marcel left Paulette on her own for a few minutes so he could peg up some laundry outside on the washing line, and turned out to be the last time he saw his wife alive. Before popping out to do his job, Marcel set up his wife in front of the TV with a nice lunch. He imagined that she'd be happy watching her favorite show when he came back inside. But to his surprise, she was not there. With mounting horror, Marcel went from room to room looking for his wife. He went outside and he searched the outside of the house, but she wasn't there as well. He even knocked on some neighbors' doors, but they have not seen her. Anxiously, he called the police. In less than an hour, where they started the search with rescue helicopters hovering over his home in Belgium. In his home in Anden, Belgium, Andenne, Belgium. Marcel was sure that one way or another he would find out what happened to his wife soon enough. But night fell with no sign of Paulette. Over the next few days and weeks, Paulette didn't turn up. Nobody had any idea where she was. Weeks turning into months and months turning into years, 2 full years, and nobody had seen Paulette. By that point, Marcel had basically resigned himself to the fact that it's very unlikely that she is alive and probably died without figuring what happened to his wife. But an incredible coincidence helped solve this mysterious disappearance of Paulette. But the incredible coincidence helped solve the mystery of Paulette's sudden disappearance. The day that she vanished, coincidentally with the day that, coincided the day that Google Street View camera car visited Andenne in 2022. One of Marcel's neighbors made a connection and examined the photos on the street where the couple lived. Now I'm going to switch over to camera we're on. Here we go. Camera 4. There she is. There's Paulette. She's walking. There's his house. There she is walking across the street. Go back to me now. In the pictures, Paulette can be seen crossing the street away from the home, while Marcel can be seen just a glimpse in the background as he hangs up laundry. Can you imagine that? There he is on the right-hand side. Let me switch to camera 4. There he is right there hanging laundry on the right-hand side of this beautiful red house. And there goes Paulette out the back door, just the other way. Had no idea his whole life is going to be turned upside down. Investigators traced the route that Paulette appeared to be taking and finally discovered her fate. Across the street, there was a steep hill that led down a thick bramble brush. Inside the bramble brush, they found Paulette's body. When that huge search for her was going on, it's very likely that she was trapped down there. She didn't understand where she was going or couldn't necessarily help to communicate with anybody, so she just laid down there, stayed down there, and died. So Google Maps, unfortunately, found Paulette, and she had Alzheimer's, so she probably had no idea what she was doing down there. She probably fell and laid down in the thickets and stuff, and probably had no idea that in her mind she was in danger, and eventually just withered and passed away. I know it's a sad story to start off the new year, but I mean, Alzheimer people, I mean, you gotta chain them to the floor is what you gotta do. Just chain them right to the floor. Don't let them go anywhere. But I mean, that's a lot of people. The older they get, that's their worst fear is forgetting. My dad lives with us. You know, he's been living with us coming up on 3 years now. He'll come out in the kitchen and he'll be like, and he's 78, and he'll come out in the kitchen and he go, "What did I come in here for?" But we've all done that. I don't want to say he's got Alzheimer's or anything, but it happens a little bit more frequently. Me, on the other hand, I'm always on top of everything. No, I forget stuff all the time. But still, what a sad story. But at least he got closure. Marcel got closure on that. When we come back, this daughter, turned 18, and her stepfather says, "Okay, you're 18 now. I want you to pay me rent." What her answer was will probably shock you and shock the dad himself or the stepfather himself. So we'll dive into their story when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we'll give you something for free, but the way you got to get it is go over to ProphetRadio.com, proud sponsors of Deacon Live, and all the other fine programming that comes out of the studio. So check that out over there. Go to ProphetRadio.com. At the top of the page says free swag. Hit that little drop-down menu, and you can see all the different stuff that we can send out to you for those of you living in the United States. Usually comes out the next day. They send it out pretty quick. If you're overseas and stuff, it might take a little bit longer to get to you, but it will get to you eventually. So just their way to saying thank you for supporting all the fine programming that comes out of the studio. Now, Christmas time has come and gone. think I got a song there somewhere. Christmas time has come and gone. And was Santa Claus nice to you? Did you get what you wanted? Did you get everything that you needed? I did all right. I say all right. I did good. I got everything that and more. You know, I had a list. Kind of sucks when you have a list. Now, the older you get, you're not really surprised. You're just surprised when you don't get the stuff on your list, the older you get. As you're a kid and you got a list, you know, as long as it's not, you know, I want a unicorn, you know, it doesn't happen that way. But the older you get, if you give someone a list and they don't get the stuff on your list, you're just kind of like, oh, man, I kind of wanted that one G.I. Joe toy or whatever that was on your list. But this guy right here was driving around on his son's Christmas gift and was trying to play cool about it. But unfortunately, he was drunk. A 51-year-old man gets a DUI while driving his son's Power Wheels toy Jeep. It's not every day that you see a 51-year-old man cruising down the street in a Power Wheels Jeep, but that's exactly what happened in Vincennes, Indiana. I know I'm saying that wrong. When the police arrested John McKee for DUI while driving his kid-sized battery-operated Jeep. When the officers ran a sobriety test, they found McKee under the influence of multiple drugs. Oh, not just drunk. He was on the stuff. But McKee seemed more confused and concerned. Than concerned. Are you kidding me? He asked after hearing the charges. McKee claimed that he was just trying to get home after stopping for gas. Where are you headed with it? Where are you headed to with it? The officers asked, and McKee responded, to my home. But that's where things got weirder. When the officer asked him, where's your cans of gas at? Oh, I must have lost it back there, is what McKee replied. Lost it where? And what did he even need them for? A lawnmower? A boat? Clearly not his car. He had... clearly not his car. Stupid. McKee thought that driving the Power Wheels Jeep would let him dodge the DUI laws, but the arresting officer wasn't so sure at first. He radioed in to clarify, asking dispatch, "What's the grounds if I have to get an impairment off of him?" It's a weird sentence. Dispatch confirmed, even though the Jeep was a toy, McKee could be charged. The officer explained to McKee, "No, it's still a vehicle." McKee protested, claiming that he'd used a toy Jeep for a long time without any issues. I've been riding it for 9 months and nobody has taken me to jail, he says. The officer wasn't convinced. Still can't drive on the road with it, man. When you asked if he's been drinking, McKee said no, not at all. But the officer suspected more than alcohol. After a field sobriety test, McKee admitted using drugs earlier, but claimed he wasn't impaired. I failed my field sobriety, McKee later admitted. Officers took him to the hospital where blood tests confirmed that there were drugs in his system. McKee was ultimately charged with operating a vehicle while intoxication with a prior conviction of a level 6 felony in Indiana. Jesus Christ. McKee's case isn't the first one. Someone that tried to skirt DUI with an unusual ride. In 2009, Kyle Wagle of Ohio was arrested of DUI after crashing a motorized bar stool that he built from a lawnmower engine. Look what I can do. Hold my beer. McKee thought his Power Wheels might save him from a DUI, but the law did not agree. As the arresting officers put it, it's still a vehicle. So, I don't know, man. Come on. I mean, was he causing any problems? Was he disturbing the peace? Was he creating a ruckus? He probably went down the store to get a pack of cigarettes, man. And he was on his way back. And it's sad because you can get a DUI on a bicycle, because you do have to follow the rules of the road on a bicycle. You can get a DUI on a lawnmower, which sucks. And, you know, on any kind of commercial vehicle, or I say commercial, like a tractor or something like that. But a Power Wheels, how fast was he going? Let's put it this way. If whatever you're driving does not go over 3 miles an hour, I say Hear me out. DeaconLive 2025. Hear me out. If whatever that you're riding does not go over 3 miles an hour, and you're like, well, how fast is 3 miles an hour? The average human walks 3.2 miles an hour, okay? If the vehicle or whatever that you're riding does not go over 3 miles per hour, you're good to go. You can be drunk, you can be annihilated. The only person you're going to hurt is yourself. Maybe. I don't know. But I think that's they should just let him go. Say, hey, bud, pull it over, pull the battery out of it and said, you're going to have to walk home from here. He didn't have to arrest him. Come on. Maybe he's just trying to meet his quota. Now, this story right here, a stepdad demands that his daughter starts paying rents once she turns 18. He had no idea that she actually owned the property. So the family conflicts over money and property have become an awful, messy subject, especially when long-held assumptions are upheld. In a Reddit post originated about 2 years ago, debates the family's dynamics and financial fairness. The post details how the teenager responded to the stepfather's sudden rent demands by flipping the script on him. At the time, the 17-year-old was living with her mother and stepfather in a home they had inherited from their late father, who passed away when the teen was only 6 years old. The home had been their sanctuary for years. The stepfather moved in after marrying the mom. After her 18th birthday, was approached by her stepfather, her now new stepfather, informing her that she would need to start paying rent if she wanted to continue living there as an adult. He gave me the heads up that I need to start paying my fair share of rent and continue living in the house after I turned 18, she wrote. What the stepfather didn't know is that the house did not belong to the mother. It was legally the teen's property. When the teen revealed this, the stepfather initially laughed and dismissed the joke. Refusing to let the matter slide, the teen sought clarification from the mother, who confirmed that the house was indeed her daughter's, and admitted admitted she had never disclosed this to her husband. Empowered by the truth, the teenager decided to give her stepfather a taste of his own medicine. She says he believed it was completely fair to ask me for paying for rent, but he didn't know that I own the house, she explained. It's also fair that I asked him to pay me rent now. The teenager decided to confront the issue head-on, giving her mother and stepfather notice if they plan on continuing in living in the house after the teen turned 18. They would need to start paying her rent. The stepfather pushed back, calling the demand unfair and sudden, accusing the teen of being heartless and towards the family. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. She flipped the script on you. How can you have your own parents pay you rent? Well, you just told me I had to pay you rent. What's the difference? He argued that the initial request for the teen to pay rent was to help them prepare for adult life, while claiming that the teen's move was motivated just for spite. Yes, well, sorta. The stepfather, I don't know what the relationship is there. The mother should have stepped in and said, hey, maybe we should, approach it a different angle. Let's see. The teen countered, questioning how the stepfather could just live there rent-free if paying rent was essentially for building independence. While the conversation ended up in a disagreement, their mother expressed concerns and the demand, though it sparked by the stepfather's mistake. Fucking screen, stop bouncing around. So, what is your opinion on that? I'd love to hear from you. And the way you do that is go over to profitradio.com. At the top of the page says be heard. Leave a message, comes right back to me. Comes right here to the studio, and we'll play it on the air. Do you think that the girl had every right when she turned 18 to ask the parents to pay her rent? Who pays the power bill? Who's got the power? What is the power bill in whose name? Who pays the property taxes? Does the mother pay the property taxes? Because if they own the house free and clear, someone's got to pay the property taxes. So, there's a lot more questions there. She's only 18. I don't think she's got a full-time job. She's in school, or just like a senior in high school, or just graduated high school type deal. Is she going to go to college? Is she going to go, into the workforce? There's a lot of questions there. But for her to say, hey, you're living in my house rent free. I'm not paying you rent because you technically don't pay rent either because it's my house. I mean, she could be a little snarky if you wanted to, but still, we'd love to hear from you. Go to profitradio.com and let me know what you think. And when we come back, did you fall for the whole fireworks fake scam that was going around the internet? If you did, good for you. If you didn't, better for you. And I'll tell you what the scam was when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social platforms. I take that back. Don't follow us because we're not on Meta anymore. We still have another 100 days. So the only thing we're available on is YouTube. Make sure you go over to YouTube. Give us a little like and subscribe over there. And also on TikTok. And that you can see that. It's what the hell's the name of it? I don't know. Make shit up all the time. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us over on YouTube. And the way you do that is search Deacon Live, one word, and then the word podcast right after it. So it's Deacon Live Podcast over on YouTube. We got a bunch of subscribers over there. We appreciate you guys. And we get a lot of views on our videos over there. And for every podcast we do, we have a matching video. And you can see all the stories and all the pictures and all the stuff as we talk about it here on the show. So if you want that extra source of media, check us out over on YouTube. Now, did you get all your gifts and stuff through the mail? I had one that I ordered. Actually, I had two of them that I ordered way back, like the first week of December. And they said, okay, it'll be there by the 23rd. I'm like, ooh, it's cutting it close. And sure enough, delay. But I don't know where it was coming from. You buy stuff on Amazon all the time. It could come from overseas. It could come from, a third-party seller, and they've got to, get approval and all that. But one thing that I didn't know is that if your package is late through the postal service, they'll mail you a check. Sorry, my bad. Here's whatever amount of money. If the package doesn't arrive when they say it will arrive. Let's see. They send you a check in the mail. A woman shares a little known trick of what to do if your package is late. I did not know this. If you have a gripe with the USPS, the United States Postal Service system, over a late package, it might be able to offer you a refund for your troubles. Hundreds of thousands of packages and pieces of mail are delivered every day. The USPS alone delivers an average of 318 million pieces of mail every day in 2023. It's inevitable that some things will get delayed, even when you pay extra for it to expedite your shipping. Sometimes the delay is fine, and you have to wait an extra day for the appliance or the shoe that you're really excited about getting, but you didn't necessarily need it as soon as possible. But other times, that misses the time frame makes all the difference. Like if you need an item or a document before boarding a flight, or if it's a birthday party or a holiday present. Instead of just fuming about it, this TikToker suggests that to take advantage of this little-known policy, how to get compensated for a late package. In the viral video, TikToker has passive income influencer, here we go, Kamorayana Diane, shares what she says when a package arrives late. Her tip has more than 112,000 views. I didn't know this, but if you pay to overnight something from the post office and it comes late, which it does sometimes, always, you can go online and get a refund. They send you a check right in the mail. So let's see. I'm going to go to camera 4 here, and we are going to see what she actually says. So here we go.
To overnight something from
Here we go.
the post office, and it comes late, which it is, always. You can go online and get a refund, and they send you a check in the mail.
That's it? That's the refund? 112,001 stupid people. Me being the one. So what is the USPS? Let me go back to me now. What's the United Postal Service refund policy? With exceptions for the holiday, items that are sent on priority mail or the Sunday or the holiday premium fees have a guaranteed arrival date. If it isn't delivered on that day, you may be eligible for a refund. Okay, I got that. It's not clear whether the USPS website, if the return cost they are covering is for the item's value or the delivery cost. Though it's likely a matter of consideration, the language on the website. Plus, the USPS likely doesn't want to be liable for very expensive packages. So what they're saying is, Jesus Christ, what they're saying is, let's say you got a toy for little Timmy. Yay, little Timmy. This has got to go to Timmy's birthday this Monday, January 6th, this Monday. It's got to go. It's got to be there for Timmy's birthday, all right? Don't fuck this up, lady behind the counter. All right, guaranteed delivery date. I'll pay an extra $35. Okay, $35, I'll pay it. Little Timmy gets his present. January 7th comes around, Timmy doesn't have his present. January 8th comes around, Timmy gets his present. Hey, Uncle Deacon? Yeah. My birthday was 2 days ago, you bastard. All right, Timmy. Easy on the words there. I wanted to let you know that their package came 2 days late. So what do? I march right up to the office here in Marshville, and I say, my package turned up late. What can you do for me? Well, we can give you $35. No, I want, what do they always say? I want pain and suffering. I want pain and suffering, too. Do you know little Timmy called me crying on the phone? No, he didn't. But, yeah, he did. So, anyways, you can get your refund back, basically, is what that story, the gist of that story. What a waste. 112,000 people saw that video. The video was less than 30 seconds. And she just goes, I got a check in the mail. If you're watching me on the video, I got a check in the mail because my thing delivered late. So I got $4.22. Okay. That's it? That's it. All right. Oh, Jesus. Some people, right? Now, when I say some people, were you part of the whole social media scam that lured a bunch of people to a certain area for a spectacular fireworks display? Well, if you didn't fall for it, well, good for you. If you did fall for it, well, you're probably one of those 112,000 people that watched that other girl's video. Social media scammers lured thousands of people to Birmingham City Center to watch the New Year's Eve fireworks spectacular that was going to happen. Actually, it never did happen. The huge crowds gathered over the Centennial Square last night, excited to welcome the 2025 in with a big bang, only to be told reports about the display were fake. The confused came as revelers everywhere across the country hold on, I gotta slow down a little bit. The confusion came when the people everywhere came across the country did get to enjoy the fireworks to see in the New Year's. Although stormy weather warnings saw other events called off in advance. Okay, got that. Image showed the would-be spectators wrapped up warm and waiting for the show to begin before the West Midlands police revealed that there was nothing to see. Well, then why did they even let them go there? I don't know. Earlier in the day, the force addressed rumors of the New Year's Eve firework display and issued the warning for those heading there. Birmingham Superintendent Emily Richards said, the rumors online that the fireworks display to take place in Centennial Square, but there isn't any planned event for this year. We do not want people to travel into the city to be disappointed when they arrived and discover this case. There will be thousands of people traveling into the city to enjoy themselves to the venue across the city. We will be visible on the streets tonight to ensure everything runs smoothly and people are having a wonderful evening. Although many Brummies, I guess that's what they call the people from Birmingham, Brummies went home disappointed. Crowds in London were stunned by the world's first Paddington Bear cameo appearance with the London's Eye. Okay, go on from there. The beloved bear appeared at London's New Year's Eve firework, thrilled fans, but left many wondering how it would all work and what was the cost. This year's millions watching the BBC were treated to the world first class world hologaze animation and so on and so forth. So the city of Birmingham, did I say Birmingham? Yeah, Birmingham has said that they have not had a schedule fireworks for the last 10 years. So I guess a scammer went out there and said, all right, everyone. They estimated the crowd grew up to about 15,000 people, even though there was no incidences or anything happened. When it went 3, 2, 1, the only thing that they saw was some guy in the audience the crowd fire off like a Roman candle, and then that was it. It was nothing. It was completely bum 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 bum, nothing. So the scammers won that round. When we come back, how do you turn 25 cents into $10,000? Well, I've worked the math out, and I can't figure it out, but this girl does, and she is a math genius. So when we come back, we'll dive into her story when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you, and the way you do that is go over to prophetradio.com. While you're over there, get yourself something for free. Get yourself some free swag and stuff, and don't forget, for all the musical artists that you hear during the show, during the breaks and stuff, you can find out all their information over at prophetradio.com. You can find all their links, their link tree. You can find their Spotify channels. You can hear the whole entire song. Just go over to prophetradio.com, and you can hear, go to Music Heard On, and you can hear all the hundreds and hundreds of musical artists that we've had on this year's show for 2024, if you want to check those people out as well and show them some love as we showed them love here during our podcast. Now, this bird, my wife and I was laying in bed, and first thing I do in the morning is check the news feed and make sure that, I get the latest updates on things. Found out Jimmy Carter died. Found out the guy from Georgia, a senator, lost his seat, committed suicide. Bang, just shot himself, said, I'm not doing this anymore, and took himself out. Found out that over the last 24 hours, 4 planes have crashed. That's kind of crazy in itself. And then I come across this little nugget of a video, and it's a bird called Jabber, who is a European starling. And I was like, well, babe, check this out. Now, you can check this out as well. And the way you do that is go over to YouTube, search Deacon Live Podcast. Give us a subscribe over there as well. I'm going to switch to camera 4 so we can see this in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. And this is Jabber, 4-year-old starling from European starling, loves imitating humans. Now, listen to this. Tell me the difference between, hold on there, Jabber. Tell me if you can tell the difference between the person talking and the bird itself. Sometimes they're a little off, but Jabber, he's nailed it. So here we go. And let's turn the volume up on that and start back over. Here we go.
Gonna give him a kiss. Gonna give him a kiss. Gonna give him a kiss. Gonna give him a kiss.
That's perfect. I mean, it's a little softer and stuff. It sounds like a recording. Like, you ever seen those kids' toys where you talk into it and then it plays it back for you? It sounds like that kind of toy. He's nailing it.
That's what you turd. My sweet turd bird.
Turd bird.
Who's my precious jabby bird?
That's the bird.
Who's my precious jabby bird?
That's the human.
Who's my precious jabby bird? Who's my sweet jabby angel? Who's my precious?
And it's weird because when he's doing the voice, he's not opening his mouth. It's almost like he's doing it in his throat, and the air's coming out through. Birds have little nostrils on top of their beaks. He's not really opening his mouth at all doing this, but it, like, under his throat is like puffing up with feathers and stuff. He's about probably 4 or 5 inches tall. He's a black bird with gray white speckles all over him and a yellow beak. And it's his very own turd bird. I think he does a R2-D2 thing here in a minute, so hold on.
Who's my sweet jabby angel?
That's amazing. That is amazing. Here he is one more time.
Kiss. Gonna give him a kiss. Gonna give him a kiss. Gonna give him a kiss.
Gonna give him a kiss. So, yeah.
My sweet turd bird. Who's my precious jabby bird?
Who's my precious jabby bird?
Who's my precious jabby bird?
That's so scary. That's so scary that the bird can do that. You talk about AI and let's go back to me now. You talk about AI and people worried about, AI faking voices and stuff. That bird is an actual analog AI. He's mimicking perfect pitch, perfect sound. I wonder if what it would sound like if he did me. It'd probably sound like poop or something. Now, we are in 2025. It's a New Year's resolution. Do you have yours all set up? I told you what mine is, and if you don't remember, I'll go back through it. Mine is to get all the unused desktop icons off my desktop. I got stuff on there from like 2021, and editing the podcast and producing the show and stuff. I always put an icon on the desktop so I don't have to search what file I put it in. So it's always on the desktop. And I was looking at it the other day. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's like one of those crime boards where they connect all the lines everywhere. I'm like, I got to clean this up. And the other, my New Year's resolution is to watch 12 movies that have inspired like cinematography and stuff. I've never seen Shawshank Redemption, so that's one. I've never seen Titanic. I'm going to watch that. And I'd love to hear yours as well, so you can get those into me at any time. Go over to ProfitRadio.com. Now, we always want to make money. Everyone wants to make more money. And there's a thing called the 25-cent challenge, where you put a quarter in a jar every day, and at the end of the year, you got this exorbitant amount of money. Or you put $1 in a jar, or week 1 you put $1, week 2 you put $5 in, and on and on and up. And at the end of the the year, you've got money for vacation or whatever. This woman, excuse me, this couple. This couple, the girl is going to do it this year, and the boyfriend's like going, I think your math is wrong. So for more on this story, on how she's going to make a whole bunch of money by doing the 25-cent thing, I'm going to go over to this camera right here, and we're going to see this, and we'll all be friends. So here we go. Oh, I got to turn the volume up. So here we go.
Right now.
I said that if that...
Please repeat that little math lesson you just gave me right now.
I said that if that baby was born in 2020, he'll see the year 3000. The new millennium, or the...
Oh, no. That's not the video I wanted.
How? Okay. How is he going to...
At least I got the thing now. I can do the...
I'm saying we should give... I'm sorry. All right, baby. Somebody... I'm sorry. What are you...
All right, so here we go. Now I got it.
What are you saying now?
I was asking about your New Year's resolution, and I said that mine was that I'm going to put a quarter in the jar every single day for the next year, which is 365 days. And at the end of the year, I'm going to have over $10,000. A quarter a day. That's all it takes.
I'm sorry, baby. Your math is not mathing in any way possible.
My math is fine. It's 25 cents every
Times
day
365.
of 2025
Yeah.
of the year 2025.
How many? Wait. How many days in a year?
$10,000.
65 days.
Okay. Times 0.25. Multiply that for me.
Is 10,000. And then,
Baby, let's just do it simple. Stop talking. Stop.
So, okay.
365 times 1.
Okay, hold on. So she says 365. I don't know how to do the math here. So 365 times 25, well, 0.25 is $91. Now, if she just did 25, she thinks it's 9,000 something. So let's see how this unfolds.
We'll make it simple. What is that?
365.
Got it. And a quarter is a quarter of 1.
A quarter is like a quarter.
Right. It's a quarter.
25 cents. 25.
Yes. 25 cents is how much of a dollar?
One. It's not multiplying by 1. It's multiplying by 25.
No, baby. So it's even less than multiplying by 1. It's multiplying by 0.25.
You're multiplying it by 1 like a penny. That doesn't work that way. It's 25. It's going to be $10,000
yes.
at the end of the year.
If you
That's my New Year's resolution. Math
is, I am math. Like, you're fucking like, you know what you're doing. My head is going to explode.
Mine too.
Baby, 365 times a quarter each day is nowhere near $10,000.
Yes, it is.
Are you talking about
Get a calculator out. Get a calculator.
I am a calculator.
Yes.
Baby, 365 times maybe $25 a day could be close to like 10,000. It's like 9,000 something.
See?
But 25 cents a day for a year.
It's 25 pennies. You're doing it by 1 penny. Like 1.
What?
1 times 360. Yeah, that's going to be 365.
Fuck, I
but
can't.
25,
Me neither.
Multiply that every single day for 365 days.
Yes, they are.
It's around $10,000.
Like, we're visibly going to record like a stroke. Like, I fucking cannot.
Me neither. I think it's I don't know if it's a gimmick or not. Let's switch back to me now. So you know, if you want to make $91 at the end of the year, put 25 cents in a jar every day and for 365 days. Not leap year this year. No, not this year. So some people, you just go, man, how did you get this far in life? She was probably the same person that went to the firework scam and also watched the one video on the how to get your money back at the post office if your postage is late. All right, well, there you go. All right, guys, on that note, make sure you follow us over on YouTube. Make sure you follow us over on TikTok as well. And you can search, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. Make sure you follow us over on YouTube. Make sure you follow us over on TikTok as well. And anywhere that you listen to podcasts, make sure you search us and like us, share us with all your friends, and tell everyone about you or about us. So on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you guys got to do. My name is the Deacon, saying good night and good night.
Wait, come back.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Bye.